champions. Welcome to your own channel, Medha Guru. Today I am going to narrate you a short story of a girl studying in class 10. She was traveling with her father by train. Her father asked her a question, which was, if there are 125 passengers in the first carriage, 150 in the another and 175 in the third, he asked her to calculate how many passengers were there in total 7 carriages. What did she do? She started noting down the number of passengers in each carriages, and then she was adding it. And she told, this is a very time-taking task. Her father asked, haven't you studied the topic AP? And then she noticed, okay, yes, she had studied, but she was not able to apply this on the question. If any of my champions out there know the formula and are not able to apply it, or if any one of you have not cleared the concept of AP, do watch this one short video of AP so that your concept becomes all clear. So let's get started. Let us start with the learning objectives. So in this chapter, we are going to learn the meaning of arithmetic progression. Then we'll see the general term of an AP. After that, we'll come to the sum of n terms of AP. The next topic will be 3 or more consecutive terms of an AP. After that, it will be arithmetic mean, and then we'll see the properties of AP, and we'll solve all the questions related to these topic. After each topic, after explaining each of the topics, I am going to solve some questions. Just after explaining the topic, I'll solve the question based on the topic so that your concept becomes crystal clear. So let us start with it. So first is the introduction. That is, what is the meaning of AP? So AP can be defined as a sequence of numbers where each term differs from its preceding term by a constant. That means the difference between any two consecutive terms is the same. That is an AP. So I started like that. What? An AP is a sequence of numbers. So let us learn what a sequence is first. So a sequence is some numbers which are arranged in a definite order according to a definite rule. They form sequence. I'll give you some examples. So some examples are 5, 8, next is 11, then 14. This is a sequence. They are arranged in an order and they are following a rule. The rule is that each term is obtained, the next term is obtained by adding 3 to the preceding term. I'll give you another example of a sequence. Next is 2, 4, 16, and then it will be 256, and then so on. This also is an example of sequence, as the rule here is each term is obtained by squaring the preceding term. 4 is square root of 2, 16 is the square of 4, and 256 is the square of 16. So these numbers form a sequence. Now we'll see the definition of AP. What is arithmetic progression? Arithmetic progression can be defined as a sequence in which each term differs from its preceding term by a constant. It differs from its preceding term by a constant. That is called an arithmetic progression, and it is written as AP. Now, let us see some examples for this also. We can write 7, 11, 15, 19, and so on. So I have written the definition as each term differs from its preceding term by a constant. That means their difference are the same. So let's check it. So difference, what is the difference between this and this? Yes, it is 4. What is the difference between this and this? Again, it is 4. difference between this and this, again it is 4. So the difference is constant. We have a constant difference between the two consecutive terms. Now another example I'll give you is 38. Next term I'll write 33. Then I'll write 28, and then I'll write 23, and so on. So here again we'll find the common difference. This is also an example of AP where the common difference is, we'll check it out, 33 minus 38 minus 5. Next again 28 minus 33 minus 5. Over here again it is minus 5. So this is also an AP where the common difference is minus 5. Here, if the common difference, if it is denoted by the letter D, small letter d, so here D is 4 and here D is minus 5, as we can see. So if the value of D is greater than 0, if D is greater than 0, that means it is an increasing AP. We can say that AP as an increasing AP. And when D is less than 0, it is a decreasing AP. And suppose if D is equal to, if we say, if D is equal to 0, then what kind of AP is that? Then all the letters, all the numbers are the same. Like example will be 5, 5, 5, 5. This is also an AP. Here the common difference is the same, which is 0. Now all these numbers, they are called elements or terms of the sequence of arithmetic progression. So these are the terms or the elements, the 7, 11, these are called the terms or elements of this progression. Now we move on to the next slide, which is general term of an AP. We'll see in an AP, the first term is denoted by the letter A. We denote the first term by the letter A, and the difference and the common difference, which is constant, is denoted by small letter d. So the general term of an AP has the formula A plus n minus 1 into d. I'll tell you how we got this formula. So the first term is A. Tn denotes the nth term. So Tn is the nth term. So T1 will denote the first term. I told you the first term of an AP is small letter A. Now, and there is a common difference between them, which is denoted by the small letter d. So what will be the second term? So the second term will be T2, which is written as T2. The second term will be A plus D. We'll just add a d to the first term in order to get the second term. What will be the third term? The third term will again be adding d to the second term, which will be A plus D plus d. Yes, which will give us A plus 2d. Next we come to the fourth term. We have to add d to this term, which will be A plus 2d plus d. This gives us A plus 3d. Now, here we can see first term is A. We can write this as A plus 1 minus 1 into d. We can write it. Yes, we can. T2 can be written as, this is the second term. So we write 2 minus 1 into d, which is A plus d. T2 is A plus d. Now, third term, T3, this can be written as A plus 3 minus 1 into d, as we are getting A plus 2d. Now the fourth term, it can be written as A plus 4 minus 1 into d. That means if we have to calculate any of the terms, the formula will be A plus, fourth is A plus 4 minus 1. Third term is A plus 3 minus 1. Okay, just tell me any term, 16th term. Let us see 16th term. What will it be? It will be, yes, a plus 16 minus 1 into d, which will give a plus 15d. If the fourth term is a plus 4 minus 1d, 15th term is a plus 15 minus 1 into d, what will be the nth term? Yes, the nth term will be a plus n minus 1 into d. So this is the general formula for the nth term. This is the general term of an AP. This is called the nth term or the general term of an AP. We can find any terms, 5th, 6th, 7th, 20th, 50th, any term of the AP by taking the value of n as the number of terms. If n is 16th term, so we have to put 16 in place of n. So by using this formula, we can calculate any of the terms of the AP. Now if I say you, if suppose there are total n terms in an AP, if I'll tell you, let there be n terms. If an AP has n terms, so that nth term will be the last term. Agreed? Yes. That nth term, if I'll write it down over here, if an AP has n terms. If it has n terms, then the nth term will be the last term. Agreed? Yes. The nth term is the last term, which we denote it by the small letter L. If the last term is denoted by the small letter L here is Tn, nth term. Nth term is the last term. So we can write, if the general formula is, the general term for nth term is a plus n minus 1 into d, and here the nth term, the last term is L, so we can write here L is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. Now we move on to the questions related to this topic. So the first question is, find the 50th term of the sequence 1 by n, n plus 1 by n and 2n plus 1 by n. We have to find the 50th term. So for the 50th term, we know the general term is, first write down what is the general term. It is a plus n minus 1 into d. This is the general term. So for the 50th term, it will be T50 is equal to a plus 50 minus 1 into d, which will be a plus 49d. So here we have to know the value of a and d. So what is a? A, which is the first term, is 1 by n. A is 1 by n. What is d here? A is 1 by n. What is d? D is the common difference. Difference between any two consecutive terms is d. So let us subtract any two consecutive terms. What are we getting? We'll get n plus 1 minus 1, which is n by n, and this is 1. So d comes to be 1. We'll put d as 1. So the 50th term is 1 by n plus 49. Now we move on to the next question. The next question is 402 a term of the sequence 8, 13, 18, 23? Is 402 a term of this sequence? So first let us write down what is the value of a and what is d. A here is 8 and the common difference we can see is 5. Now we have to check whether 402 is a term of the sequence or not. So if 402 is the term of the sequence, so let us check if it is a term, which term is 402. So we have to check which term is 402. That means what is the value of n? 8 plus n minus 1 into d. Here we are checking which term is 402 if it is a term. 402 minus 8 is equal to n minus 1. 5, we get here 5 4. Okay, so here the value of n is coming as a decimal. So the nth term, the 402 cannot be 79.4th term. So that means 402 is not a term of this sequence. In order to be the term of the sequence, any number to be the term of the sequence, the value of n should be an integer. So we can write this like that, since we can put down right like that, since the value of n is not an integer, so 402 is not a term of this sequence. Right, now we move on to the next question, which is how many terms are there in this series? The series is 3 by 4, 1, 1, 1 by 4 and 3. 3, which is the last term. So we have to find out the number of terms in this series. First we'll write down the value of a and d. D will be 1 minus 3 by 4, which will be 1 by 4. Now, the number of terms. If we know this 3 is the last term of the series of the sequence. Now, if we know 3 is which term of this AP, we'll come to know the number of terms in this AP because that 3 is the last term. So now, I had written it just L is equal to, if we know that number of terms is n, right? Here we know number of terms is n, we can write L is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d, or we can write it just this way. Okay, if I write it this way, Tn is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d, and which is Tn is 3. I want to know which term is 3. A is 3 by 4. We have to find out n, 1 by 4. Nine by 4 is equal to n minus 1. Multiply 1 by 4. So value of n we are getting is 10. So that means this 3 is the 10th term and this 3 is the last term. So the number of terms in this series is 10. Are you all pausing your video and solving the questions by your own or not? Yes, you have to do that, my champions. You know that we solve the questions this way only. We read the questions, pause the video and then try to solve it yourself, and do write down in the comment section how many of you were able to do it. Okay, move on to the next question. If Tn represents the nth term of an AP. Now, next is given T2 plus T5 minus T3 is 10 and T2 plus T9 is 17. We have to find the first term and the common difference. Now, so two equations we have been given in the question, which is T2 means second term, T5 means the fifth term, T3 is the third term. So what is the second term? A plus D. Fourth term, A plus 3D. Ninth term, A plus 8D, just one less than that number. So 2 will be A plus D, 5 will be A plus 4D, 5 minus 1, and 3 will be A plus 2D. Now, we'll write like that, minus A minus 2D. That was the reason I had put a bracket here, so that you avoid all these silly mistakes. Don't make it a mistake. Don't write minus A plus 2D. Now, solve it. A plus A, 2A, 2a minus a d 5d minus 2d is plus 3d is equal to 10. So this is our first equation. Next we have been given T2 plus T19 is 9 is 17. Again, what is T2? Yes, it is a plus d. What is T9? It is a plus 8d. Simplify this equation and we'll get 2a plus 9d, right? 9d is equal to 17. This is 9. We have got two equations, linear equations. We have solved. You know how to solve the simultaneous linear equation, which is one of the topic of your book. Also, I like to tell you these questions are from your own book, Selena Publications. All the questions are from your book. Now, we have got two equations and we have to solve this equation. Everybody there knows how to solve simultaneous linear equations. Yes, you have done it. We have three methods, either by substitution or by equating the coefficients, and one more method was by cross multiplication. So we can do this, we'll do this by equating the coefficients. So first is a plus 3d is equal to 10, and the next equation is 2a plus 9d is equal to 17. Just equate the coefficients of a. We can make this as 2. So we have to multiply. The whole equation needs to be multiplied with 2. It will be 2a Okay, no. I am multiplying this also with 2. We need not do that. Okay, next equation is 2a plus 9d is equal to 17. Now we are going to subtract the equation. The sign will change. It will be minus 3d is equal to 3. So d is minus 1 over here. What we have to find? We have to find the first term and the common difference. The common difference we have got as minus 1. Now on substituting the value of d in any one of the equations, we'll get the value of a. So let us do that. A plus 3 into minus 1 is equal to 10. A minus 3 is equal to 10. So the value of a is 13. So the first term is 13 and the common difference is minus 1. Now we'll move on to the next question. Let us see what is the next question. It is find the 31st term of an AP whose 10th term is 38 and 16th term is 74. 10th term and 16th term are given more or less like the previous one. So 10th term is 38, 16th term is 74. Those who are not pausing the video and seeing the full solution, I will advise you to pause for this question as it is more or less like the previous one. Please do that. Now T10 will be a plus 9d is 38 and a plus 15d is 74. We'll solve it, quickly solve it. Minus 60 is equal to minus 36. So the value of d will come as 6. Again, on substituting the value of d in any one of the equations, we'll get it. We'll substitute in first equation. So the value of a we are getting as 38 minus 54, which is 16, right? It is minus 16. Now what we have to find? Just find out the 31st term. So the 31st term will be a plus 30d. 31st term will be a plus 30d. Come on, find it out fast. Minus 16 plus 30 into 6 minus 16 plus 180, which is equal to 164. So the 31st term is 164. Now come on, move on to the next question. Which term of the series is minus 81? Again, a similar question as question number 2 we had done, is 402 a term of the series? So it is asking which term is minus 81. So that means there the question was, is 40 a term? We had to find was it a term or not. So we found what is n. If n was not an integer, it was not a term. So again we have to, here it is given that minus 81 is a term. We have to find which term is that. So we'll take as, if let us take Tn as minus 81. So we can write minus 81 is equal to a plus n. We have to find which term is minus 81, and d we can see it is a decreasing AP, so the value of d will be negative. Yes. We'll get 102 into minus 3. What will be the answer? 34. So n is 35th term. N is 35. So minus 81 is the 35th term of this AP. Next part of the question is, can any term of the series be 0? Let us find out if there is a term in this series which is 0. We'll check it out. We can write like that. 0 is equal to, again, a plus n minus 1 into d, and a here is 21 plus n minus 1 into d, which is minus 3. So 0 is equal to minus 3n plus 3. So it will be 0 is equal to 24 minus 3n. 3n is equal to 24. So yes, n is an integer here. So yes, 0 is a term of the series, which is the 8th term. It is asking if yes, find the number of that term. So yes, 0 is a term. We can clearly see it, and that term is 8th. The next question is, in an AP, 10 times of its 10th term is equal to 30 times 30th term. We have to find what is the 40th term. After doing this question, I'll just tell you a trick for this question, how to find out whether you have done correctly or not. So first, let us write what is given in the question. It is given 10 times its 10th term. So T10, okay, 10 times 10th term. 10 times 10th term is equal to 30 times its 30th term. This is given in the question, and we have to find what is the 40th term. So from this we can write a plus 10 minus 1d, which is a plus 9d, is equal to 30 a plus 29d. Now we can solve this. Is equal to a plus 29d. Here we'll get 1 by 3a plus 3d is equal to a plus 29d. Next step we can write as 26. So here we'll get 2a by 3 is equal to 26d, and next will be minus 2a. Yes. So we are getting minus a is equal to 39d. So a is minus 39d. So we are getting a relation between a and d, which is a is equal to minus 39d. We have to find what is the 40th term. So T40, what will be T40? Come on, yes, it will be a plus 39d. So a plus 39d, not 3d, a plus 39d. Yes, a plus 39d. So a is minus 39. What are we getting? We are getting a 0. So T40 is 0. Now we come to the trick for these type of questions. if, I'll tell you, if the m times mth term is equal to n times nth term, if this is given in the question, if the question is 7 times the 7 times 7th term is equal to 10 times 10th term, then 10 plus 7, 10 times 7 times 7th term, 10 times 10th term. So we add 10 and 7, we'll get 17. And if we have to calculate that 17 term, which the number we are getting on adding those two numbers, then that will be 0. That will always be a 0. You can check for some of the questions. So if m times the mth term is equal to n times nth term, then Tm plus n, that means m plus nth term, will always be 0. So remember this, it will always be a 0 term. Okay, so this was question number 7. Move on to the next question, which is how many 3-digit numbers are divisible by 87? We have to find how many 3-digit numbers are there which are divisible by 87. Before doing this sum, let me tell you, I have tried to add all the questions. All questions means all type of questions from your Selena book, so that you are able to do the rest of the questions. So do try the remaining questions, and if you have any queries or doubts in the remaining ones, do comment down. Now we'll move on to this question, which is how many 3-digit numbers is divisible by 87. So we'll write the first 3-digit number which is divisible by 87, which will be the first number which is divisible by 87 will be 87. Second will be 174. Third will be 87 3s are 261. Next will be 348, and then we'll find which is the last number which is divisible by 87. So the largest 3-digit number is 999. So we have to find which number closest to 999 is divisible by 87. So let us find out. 87 ones are 87. We subtract, we'll get 129. Again 87 ones are 87. We are getting 42 as the remainder. So which is the largest 3-digit number which is divisible by 87? Yes, it will be 999 minus 42, which is 957. So the largest 3-digit number, last 3-digit number is 957. We'll start with 174. Next is 261, 348, and the last digit is 957. We have to find out which term is 957. As this is the last term, so we have to find out which term is 957. That many numbers will be divisible by 87. So yes, this will be in AP. All the multiples, these are the multiples of 87. So multiple of any numbers are in AP, because in this case the difference will be 87. So A here is 174. The common difference is 87. Find out 957 is which term. So 957 is equal to A plus n minus 1 into D. 957 minus 174. Do the calculation yourself. Just do it yourself. 387. 783 is equal to n minus 1 times 87. 783 by 87 is n minus 1. Now let us cancel this out. I think it's 9s are 87, 9s are 9 7s are 63, 3 and 6, 9 8 are 72 and 6 78. So this is 87, 9s are 9 is equal to n minus 1. So n is 10. So there are 10 numbers which are divisible by 87, 10 3-digit numbers which are divisible by 87. Move on to the next question. For what value of n, the nth term of the AP, we have two APs in this question. For what value of n will the nth term of the first AP will be equal to the nth term of the second AP? So we have to find for which value of n both the terms becomes equal. So let us check it out. So first AP A is 63 and D is 2. In second AP, A is 3 and D is 7. Let us write the nth term for both the APs. Over here it will be, nth term will be A plus n minus 1 into 2, and here it will be A is 63. Here it will be 63 minus 1 63, it will be 3 plus n minus 1 into 7. So for what value of n, they both will be equal. So we have to equate these two and we have to find the value of n. It will be come on, solve with me and write down your answers fast. Write down your answers in the comment section. We'll get 65 is equal to 5n. The value of n is 13. So for 13th term, the value of AP of both the APs will be equal. So T13 of this AP and T13 of this AP will be equal. Do check it out. Just find out D13 of both the APs and check whether they are equal or not, and please write down in the comment section what answer did you get. What is T13 for both the APs? Just tell me down. Next, we move on to the next question. In an AP consists of 57 terms. Okay, an AP has 57 terms in which the 7th term is 13 and the last term is 108. What do we have to find? We have to find the 45th term. Okay, T7. This topic is a very interesting topic. I find this AP arithmetic progression a very interesting topic. Are you finding it interesting? I think so. You also must be finding this topic very interesting. So T7, this is given as 13. And this has 57 terms and the last term is 108. The last term is 108, and if this has 57 terms, that means, can we write this? Yes, that means T57 is 108. Now, we have to find the 45th term. If T7 is 13, that means A plus 60 is 13. And if 57th term is 108, 57th term means A plus 57 minus 1, just 1 less than 57. I think you must be knowing this. We are in question number 10. This must be clear to you till now, right? So you can, instead of writing A plus n minus 1 into finding what is T57, you can just write it down. T57 is A plus 56D. What is A 13 term? A plus 12D. Yes, just 1 less than that. Cancel it out. What we'll get? 5, and next we'll get 9. It is 95. Yeah. Minus. It will be minus 95. So what will be D? Okay. We are decimal. 5 ones are 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And 5. 1.9. 5 nines are 45. So D is 1.9. Substitute this D in any one of the equation and just tell me the value of A. It will be so here A here will be 1.6. 13 minus 11.4, which is 1.6. What we have to find? We have to find the 45th term, T45, which will be A plus 44. Yes, A plus 44. 1.6 plus. Come on, do the calculation. Do it with me. It is 83.6 over here. On adding, we'll get 2, 3, 4, 5 and 85.2. So the 45th term is 85.2. Let us see what is the next slide. This is again a question, 11th question. I think this is the last question for this topic. In an AP, if mth term is n and nth term is n, we have to show that rth term is m plus n minus r. Okay, first let us write it down. The information which is given in the question. It is mth term is n, yes, and nth term is m. What will be mth term? It will be a plus m minus 1 into d, which is n. What will be the nth term? Yes, it will be a plus n minus 1 into a. Now, to find out the rth term, we need to find out the values of a and d. So, we will solve these two equations. We will get m minus 1 into d minus n minus 1 into d is equal to n minus m. Agreed? Yes. So, d is common, m minus 1 minus n minus 1 is equal to n minus m. Is equal to n minus m. So, we can write as n minus m by m minus n. So, n minus m by m minus is minus 1. Yes, we can write this as taking minus common in the numerator, it can be written as m minus n. This gets cancelled out and we are getting the value of d as minus 1. Now, we have got the value of d. What we have to find? Rth term. So, also we need to find the value of a. Again, substitute the value of d in any one of the equations and check what we'll get. So, here a plus n minus 1 into d. In any one of the equations, we can put it. I am substituting the value of d in first equation. I'll just check out what I am getting. So, I am getting this as n minus m plus 1. So, a is n minus m plus 1 and d is minus 1. So, let's find out the rth term. Rth term will be a plus r minus 1 into d. A is plus r minus 1 into minus 1. Solve it. Minus 1. This is minus 1. Okay. So, we will get minus r plus 1. So, it will be, okay, so we have to prove it m plus n minus r. It is plus 1, okay, over here, see, what I have written, this is m, n minus m plus 1, it will be n minus m minus 1 because we have to find the rth term is m plus n minus r. We don't have 1 here. That means 1 will get cancelled out. Okay, so mistake is here. It will be minus 1 and again we are going to write here as minus 1. Okay, it will be a minus 1 here. Just open the bracket. It will be minus r and plus 1. This gets cancelled out and we are getting n minus m. Again a mistake. Okay, this will be a plus. Write a plus, write it as a plus. A will be n plus m minus 1. Okay, so n plus m minus r. So, the rth term is n plus 1 minus r and we have proved that. The next topic is nth term from the end. If we have been given in the question to find out any of the terms from the end. Suppose a question is there, find out 15th term from the end because this type of question is there in your book. So, for nth term from the end also we have a formula. Suppose if the first term of an AP is A, not if. The first term of an AP is A. So this is A. Next term is A plus D. Then it is A plus 2D, so on. And the last term, if we take the last term as L, in an AP, if the first term is A and the common difference is D and the last term is L, I'm going to tell you the nth term from the end. Now, what will be a term preceding to this? Yes, it will be L minus D. One more term preceding this will be L minus 2D. One term preceding this will be L minus 3D and so on. So the last term is L. Last term, or we can write as first term from the end. Last term, or it can be written as first term from the end. We can write it this way also. This is L and we can write as L minus 1 into D. Now this is first term from the end. What is the second term from the end? Second term from the end. What will be second term from the end? It is L minus D. Here we can write as L minus 2 minus 1 into D. The second term from the end. Now, third term from the end. Just tell me, it is from the end. It is L minus 2D, which is L minus 3 minus 1 into D. This is third term from the end. Again, fourth term from the end will be L minus 3D. If we write fourth term, all these are from the end. D, right? So, if the fourth term is L minus 4 minus 1D, third term is L minus 3 minus 1D, what will be the nth term? So, yes, nth term, we can find it out. It will be L minus n minus 1 into D. So, nth term from the end is L minus n minus 1 into D. Just note this down properly, because for ICSE school this is not given in your school books, but you can make use of this formula and solve this type of questions. So here we go with that type of question. Find the 10th term from the end. We have to find what is the 10th term from the end. Just now we saw what is the nth term from the end. It is L minus, that was L minus, it was L minus n minus 1 into D. So it will be L minus n minus 1 into D. This is the nth term from the end. Yes, it is nth term from the end. This is nth term from the end, L minus n minus 1 into D. So we have to find 10th term from the end. So 10th term from the end will be, L is the last term, 254 minus 10 minus 1 into D here is 5. It will be 254 minus 9 into 5, which is 45. That gives me 45. The 254 minus 45 is 209. So the 10th term from the end is 209. We have another method also to solve this question. This is one of the method. Next is, we have to find the 10th term from the end. If we just reverse this AP, so that will be 10th term from the beginning. Yes. So we'll just reverse this AP. 254, comma, it will be, the common difference is 5. So it will be 254 minus 5, which will be 249. Next will be minus 5, which will be 244. And here the last will be 4. So now 10th term from the end is equal to 10th term from the beginning of this reverse AP. Yes. So over here A is 254 D here will be minus 5 because this will become a decreasing AP on reversing it. Since it was an increasing AP, I have reversed the AP, so it will be a decreasing AP. Now come on, find out the 10th term from the beginning. The formula is A plus n minus 1 into D. N is 254 plus n is 10 into minus 5. So again we are getting 254 minus 45, which is 209. This was the next method. If I say you I have another method, one more method of doing this question, yes I have. It is if an AP has n terms. I'll tell you, if an AP has n terms, then if it is 10th term from the end, I'll tell you which term that will be from the beginning. Then in that case, it will be n minus r plus 1th term, which is rth is the if nth term from the end. This n is 10, right? If this is n is the if it has n terms. I told you if this has n terms, this n is the number of terms, and minus n plus r will be the term from the beginning. That means if it is 10th term from the end, and we have to find out which term it is from the beginning. So we have to know, in that case, we have to know the number of terms, and r is this, the rth term, the 10th term, n minus r plus 1. So it will be, first let us find out 254. Okay, I told you this n is the number of terms. Let us find out this 254 is which term of the AP. It will be 250 is equal to 5n minus 5. So 255 is equal to 5n. We got 51st. This 254 is 51st term, and this r is the term which it is from the end, and here we are going to get it the term from the beginning. This r is the term from the end. If it is 10th term from the end, then which term it will be from the beginning? So it will be 51 minus, it is 10th term, right? This r is 10 over here, minus 10 plus 1th term. So which term we are getting? We are getting 51 minus 9, which is 42nd term. It will be a 42nd term. So we can find out what is the 42nd term. It will be A plus 41D. What is A here? A is 4 plus 41 into, what is D here? D is 5. Let's check it out. 205. And if we add it, so we are getting 209. So we are getting, see, it's the same answer. So I have told you 3 types of solution for the same question. You can solve this question either this way, just put down the formula L minus n minus 1 into 2, or you just reverse the AP and take out what that is from the beginning, because 10th term from the end will be 10th term from the beginning of that reverse AP. Next is, we'll find out if it is 10th term from the end, then which term it is from the beginning. We'll find out that. So for that, we have n minus r plus 1, where n is the number of terms, total number of terms in the AP. R is the term which is given from the end, which we have to find out. 10th term from the end, it was over here, it is 10 and plus 1. That will be which term from the beginning? So it was 42nd term from the beginning. If it is 10th term from the end, it is 42nd term from the beginning, and we calculated by using the general term of an AP, by the formula of general term of an AP. So I have taught you 3 solutions for this question. You can do it either way you like, whichever you find it easy. Okay, this type of question comes in your exam, so just note these down. So we come to the next slide. It is sum of nth term. Now, if I have given you an AP, if you have an arithmetic progression, and if I ask you to find out the sum of all the terms, will it not be a very cumbersome task just to add all the terms and then find out? Yes, it will be, but we don't have to do that. Again, we have a formula for that, which is Sn. The sum of n terms is n by 2 into D, and we are going to say it how we got this formula. Now, we'll write the AP as A plus 2D, A plus 3D, so on, and L is the last term. This is S. If we write this as S and we put a plus sign, so this will be S. Now, and if I'll reverse this AP, if I reverse this AP, it can be written as L plus, I'll put it this way. It will be L plus L minus D. Next will be L minus 2D, and then it will be L minus 3D, so on, and the last term will be A. Now, we know if we are reversing the order, we are reversing the order of the addends, then the result is the same. Like 2 plus 3 plus 4 is equal to 4 plus 3 plus 2. We can do that. Okay. So, perfect. We can write it this way. Now, on adding these two equations, what do we get? Just add these two equations. We'll add these. This has to be added, this has to be added, and this has to be added. What we'll get? We are getting A plus L plus, we'll add DD cancel out, we are getting A plus L. Again we are getting A plus L, and we are getting A plus L, and again an A plus L up to n terms. L plus A will be again, and so if this AP contains n terms, if this AP has n terms, we can write as A plus L into n. If we add 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 6 times, it is 5 into 6. Similarly, adding A plus L n times gives us A plus L into n. Now, we can write this as S will be n by 2 A plus L. What is L? If this AP has n terms, this L is the last term, that is the nth term. So we can write this L as A plus n minus 1 into D, which is the general term, nth term. So we are getting as 2A plus n minus 1, this is bracket, not an is equal to sign, okay, 2A plus n minus 1 into D. So this is the formula for sum of n terms of an AP. If in the question we have been given A, N and L, if these information are given, you have to put in this formula, and if we have given A, N and D, we can use this formula. So we have the sum of n terms is n by 2, 2A plus n minus 1 into D, or it is S is equal to n by 2, n by 2, A plus L. Again, we are going to solve some problems on this topic, so that again I want your concept to be clear. That is why I am just making you solve the questions based on each topic. So let us check what is the next question. How many terms of the AP 24, 21, 18 must be taken so that the sum is 78? The sum comes out to be 78. So that means the sum is given. Here Sn is given. So Sn is 78. We have to find how many terms have been taken so that the sum is 78. So we have to find n here. What is A? 24. What is D? It is a decreasing AP, so D will be negative. Let us use the formula. Into D. Okay, this is 78. We have to calculate n. A is 24, which gives me 24 into 2, 48. And we need to find out, so we can solve this out. This will be 156 is equal to n 48 plus 48 minus 3n. It will be 48 minus 3n minus 3n plus 3. So we'll get 156 is equal to n 51 minus 3n. I think we are going to get a quadratic equation here. Yes. So we are getting 3n square minus 51n plus 156 is equal to 0. Yeah, these numbers are all the multiple of 3. So we can simplify it down. Just simplify it down. 3 ones are 3, 4, 5, 3 sevens are 21 plus 52 is equal to 0. So quadratic equation we are getting is n square minus 5n. We are getting as n square minus 17n plus 52 is equal to, it will be a 0 by 3, which will be a 0. So now we can solve it. Just tell me the product of which two numbers gives you 52 and the sum or difference gives you 17. So let's make the pair. 226. No, yes, it is not. No, it's not divisible by 3. So it is 4 and a 13. So we'll write as n square minus 13n. We are solving this by factorization method. If you want, you can solve it by the Sridharacharya rule, that is the quadratic formula. You can use that also, minus b plus minus root under b square minus 4ac by 2a, or you can solve by this factorization method. Is equal to 0. So it is, we are getting minus 13 and minus 4. So let us check it out. There is some mistake here because we are getting n as 13 also and n as 4 also. Okay. Yes, n is 4 or n is 13. Yes, it is right. See, don't get confused. We have got two numbers where the sum of this will be equal to 78. That means if we add first 4 terms, we are going to get a 78, and if we add first 13 terms, then also we are going to get a sum of 78. Yes, we can get it because it will be a decreasing AP. We know that this is possible in case of decreasing APs. Okay, so we know that, so we come to know that the from the 5th term to the 13th term, if we are going to add those terms T5 from T5 to T13, the sum of those terms will be 0. That is why first the sum of first 4 terms and the sum of first 14 terms are coming to be 0. Understood? If the sum of 4 terms, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Just understand this. If the sum of first 4 terms is 78 and also the sum of first 13 terms is 78, that means the sum of fifth, from the 5th to the 13th term, the sum will come as 0. So yes, this is possible. If it is a decreasing AP, we'll get some negative numbers. So on adding some positive and some negative numbers, it can be a 0. Okay, so we'll move on to the next question. So the next question is, find the sum of 28 terms. We have to find S28 of an AP whose nth term. Nth term is given by 8n minus 5. So nth term is 8n minus 5. Let us check what is the sequence. We'll find out what is the sequence. So for that, we'll find what is T1, which is 3. So T1 is 3. What is T2? It will be 8 into 2 minus 5. 16 minus 5 will be 11. We'll find the next term, which is 8 minus 3 minus 5, 24 minus 5, which is 19. So we can see that the AP here we are getting as 3, 11, 19 and so on, where first term is 3 and the common difference is 8. What we have to find? We have to find S28. Now after finding out the AP, this is not a tough job. You can easily find out if you know the formula, which we had done just now, which we learned just now. So it was n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into d. So S28 is 28 by 2 into d is 8, 14, 2a plus 27 into 8. Okay, we have not put the value of a, which we know, 6. Yes, it will be 2 into 3, 6 plus 27 into 8. It is not 18, it is 8. 27 into 8 is 5, 8 was 16, it is 216. So here we are getting 14 into 222. So we'll calculate this. What are we getting? Just check it out. 8, 8, 8 and 2, 2, 2. So answer is 3108. So the sum of 28 terms whose nth term is 8 and minus 5 is coming as 3108. Move on to the next question. Question number 15. It is the sum of first 7 terms of an AP is 49 and that of the first 17 terms is 289. The sum of first 7 terms is 49 and the sum of first 17 terms is 289. We have to find the sum of n terms. Just write what is given in the question. S7. S7 is 49 and S17 is 289. We have to find the sum of n terms. It will be S7. S7 will be 7 by 2, 2a plus 7 minus 1 into d. What is S7? 49. We can write like this. We have an equation 2a plus 6d. Again, we simplify this equation. We will get 7 times 2 is 14. 14 is equal to 2a plus 6d. This is the first equation. Next equation is S17. S17 is again 17 by 2, 2a plus 17 minus 1 into d. And this is given as 289 by 2, 2a plus 16d. We have got another equation. We'll simplify it. 17 ones are 17. We'll get 119, 17 fours are 17 sevens are 7 sevens are 49, 9 and 4, 119. Yes, it is 17 sevens are 289. So we are getting 34 is equal to 2a plus 16d. Again, we have two equations and we have to solve these equations. So write it down. It is 2a plus 6d is equal to 14. The next equation is 2a plus 16d is equal to 34. Just solve these equations to get the value of a and d. We'll get minus 10d is equal to minus 20. So the value of d is 2. Substitute this in any one of the equation. Let us substitute this in equation 1. We'll get 2a plus 6 times 2, 12 is equal to 14. So 2a is 2, a is 1. We have got the value of a and d by solving these two equations. Now just find the sum of n terms. Sum of n terms will be n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1 times d. Just put the value of a and d which we have got here. 2 times 1, 2 plus n minus 1. What is d? d we have got as 2. n by 2, 2 plus 2n minus 2. This is 2. Value of d is 2. So we are getting n by 2, 2 minus 2. This gets cancelled. So we have got n square. That means the sum of first n terms is n square. Let's move on to the next question. So the next question is question number 16. Find the sum of all natural numbers between 250 and 1000 which are divisible by 9. Now, if the numbers are divisible by a certain number, they also form an AP. For example, if we take any number, we'll see the list of numbers which suppose are divisible by 5. It will be in AP because the common difference will be 5. So, multiple of any number will always form an AP. So, we have to find out the sum of natural numbers between 250 and 1000. First, let us see which is the first number between 250 and 1000 which is divisible by 9. We all know the divisibility rule. You all know how to find the whether a number is divisible by 9 or not. So 250, it's not divisible. 5 plus 2, 7. So this, in place of 0, if we write it 2, that will be divisible by least number just after 250, which will be divisible by 9. So the first number after 250 which is divisible by 9 is 252. We'll add on 9 and we'll get the next number, 261, 270 and so on. Last number just before 1000, it will be 999. 999 is divisible by 9. Now we have to find the sum of these numbers. In order to find the sum of these numbers, we should know how many numbers are there in this AP. So let's first find that out. How many numbers are there in this AP? For that, we'll use this Tn. Tn is equal to 999. The nth term here is 999. We'll find out which term is 999. That will give us the number of terms in this AP. So let us find out. 999 is equal to A plus, we have to find out n, minus 1 into d we know is 9. Quickly calculate. 7, 4, 6 by 9 will be equal to n minus 1 and we'll get n as 3, okay, 647. I think there is a mistake here. 747, right. So it will be 747, 9 8s are 72 and 9 3s are 27. So n here comes to be 84. That means this 999 is the 84th term. Now we have to find out the sum of 84 terms of this AP. So what we have to find out is S84. We all know the formula for sum of nth term. Put in that formula and you'll get the answer. 2a plus n minus 1 into d. What will be 2a? It will be 504 plus n minus 1 into d. N is 84. So 84 minus 1, 83 into d is 9. 27, 7 and 2, 9, 8 are 72, we'll get 747. Add this and multiply with 42. 1, 5, 1, 2, 5, 1. Multiply 1, 2, 5, 1 by 42 first. So we are getting 5, 2, 5, 4, 2. So the answer to this is 5, 2, 5, 4, 2. The sum of all the numbers between 250 and 1000 which are divisible by 5 is 5, 2, 5, 4, 2. Let us move on to the next question. The next question, which is question number 17, is in an AP, the first term is 25. That means A is 25. Nth term is minus 18. Write it down. What information is given in the question? This is minus 17 and the sum of n terms is 132. We have to find n and the common difference. We have to find the number of terms and the common difference. Start solving. So first, again, we'll find from here, we have got the first term and the nth term. From here, we can find the number of terms. Okay, no, we cannot. We cannot because we have not been given d also. The common difference we don't know. So, if the common difference is known, there is nothing left. Okay, so we'll write like that. From this, we can frame an equation. We can write like this. Tn is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. This is one of the equation. Next equation from here we have Sn. Sn is n by 2 and 2a plus n minus 1 into d. We have two equations and we have to solve these two equations to get the value of n and d. From here we can write minus 17 minus 25 is equal to n minus 1 into d. So we are having the value of n minus 1 into d as 42, minus 42. Yes. So we can substitute the value of n minus 1 into d in this equation. N by 2, here we can write 50, 2 into 25 is 50 and n minus 1 into d here is 42. Times 8, 132 is equal to 4n. So n is 4 3s are 12 and 4 3s are 12. N we have got as 50, n we have got as 33. Now we can find the value of d. We'll substitute in this equation. We'll get minus 42 is equal to 33 minus 1 into d. So we'll get minus 42 is equal to 32d, which is minus 42 by 32 is equal to d, and we'll get minus 21 by 16. So this is the value of d, which is the common difference. So a here is 25, the common difference is minus 27 by 16, and the total number of terms which was asked in the question is 33. Move on to the next question, which is question 18. This question is find the sum of n natural numbers. The sum of n natural numbers is given by 5n square plus 4n, and we have to find its 8th term. So the general formula for this question for sum of n terms is 5n square plus 4n. So Sn here is, what will be S1? S1 means sum of first term, which is the first term. So we'll put, okay, just S1, just put the value of 1 in place of n and we'll get S1. which is 5 plus 4, and we are getting 9. So S1 is 9. Let us see what is S2. S2 means the sum of first two terms. So we'll put 2 in place of n and we'll check what we get. 2 to the 4. 4 5s are 20 plus 8. It is a 28. We'll calculate S3. S3 means sum of first three terms. We are doing this to get the AP. It will be 5 into 3 square plus 4 into 3, which is 9 5s are 45 plus 12. It is 57. See, the sum of first term means the first term. S1 is 9. That means A is 9. We have got the value of A as 9, which is T1. To calculate the value of T2, S2 minus S1, the sum of first two terms, minus the first term will give us the second term, which is T2. So T2 will be S2 minus S1, which is 28 minus 9. This is 19, right? Next, calculate T3. Just do it yourself. What will be T3? Do it yourself. It will be S3 minus S2, the sum of first three terms minus sum of first two terms will be the third term. So it is 57 minus 28, which is 9 and 2, 29. So first term is 9, second is 19, and third is 29. So we have got an AP 9, 19 and 29 and so on. What we have to find? We have to find the eighth term, which everybody can do it. A plus 7D. A is 9 plus D is 10. 7 into 10. So we are getting the value of 8th term as 79. Let's move on to the next slide. Next slide is, it is a new topic, 3 or more terms of an AP. So if in the question it's given like that, 3 consecutive terms are in AP, the sum of 3 consecutive terms which are in AP is this much and the product is this, we have to find the numbers. Or it's like the sum of 4 consecutive terms is in AP and the ratio of any 2 terms is given, or 5 terms or 6 terms, till 6 terms we have to see. So we'll see how are we going to take those numbers. So if there are 3 numbers, if there are 3 consecutive numbers, for 3 consecutive numbers in AP, we are going to take this as 3 consecutive terms in AP. If there are 3 consecutive terms, it will be A, next will be A plus D, and we'll take A minus D. We are going to take A minus D, A and A plus D. If there are 4 consecutive terms, we'll take A minus 3D, A minus D, then A plus D and A plus 3D. We are going to take these 4 numbers. These 4 numbers in AP. Now if there are 5 consecutive terms, if 5 consecutive terms are there, we are going to take as A minus 2D, then A minus D, then it will be A plus D, and next will be A plus 2D. In all these numbers, you can check that the common difference is the same. Here the common difference is D, and you can check in all these numbers the common difference is the same. Here it is 2D, here it is D, you can check it out. For 6 consecutive numbers, what numbers you are going to take? You will take A minus 5D, A minus 5D, then you can take as A minus 3D, yes, A minus D, it will be A plus D, A plus 3D, and it will be A plus 5D. The common difference here will be 2d. So these are the numbers you are going to take. If it is 3 consecutive numbers, you will take a minus dA, a plus d. If it is 4 consecutive numbers, you are going to take a minus 3d, a minus d, a plus d and a plus 3d. 4 consecutive numbers, a minus 2d, a minus, for 5, a minus 2d, a minus d, a plus d and a plus 2d. And for 6 consecutive numbers, you are going to take as a minus 5d, a minus 3d, a minus d, a plus d, a plus 3d and a plus 5d. Now let us do some questions based on this. Okay, next let us first see arithmetic mean, and then we'll do some questions based on these two topics. What is arithmetic mean? You all know what is mean. We have studied arithmetic mean. So in AP, if small a, capital A and B, these 3 numbers are in AP. What did I say? If small a, capital A and B, if these 3 numbers are in AP, then this A, this capital A is called the mean of A and B. That means mean means A plus B by 2. So this A will be A plus B by 2. I'll show you how. If these numbers are in AP, that means the common difference between these are the same. Yes? So we can write A minus A will be equal to B minus A. Do you agree? Yes, you do. We'll get A plus B. 2 times capital A is equal to A plus B. So we have got by 2. So this capital A is called the arithmetic mean between A and B. Is it clear? Yes, it is. So come on, move on to the next question based on these two topics, which is arithmetic means and some consecutive numbers. So what is our next question? Come on, check it out. Find 5 numbers in AP. Okay, 5 numbers. Do you remember for 5 numbers what we have to take? What we have to take for 5 numbers? A minus 3d. Yes. If you are forgetting, I'll check this out. It is A. For 4, it is A minus 3d, A minus d, A plus d, A plus 3d. For 5, it is A minus 2d, A minus d, A plus d and A plus 2d. And for 6, it is minus 5, minus 3, minus d, plus 3d and plus 5d. Here we have to take 5 consecutive numbers. So we are going to take A minus 2d, A minus d, A plus d and A plus 2d. So what will be the 5 numbers? It will be A minus 2d, A minus d, A plus d and A plus 2d. Now the sum is given as 12, 1 by 2. So on adding these numbers, we are getting 12, 1 by 2. Quickly solve this. 2d, 2d cancel out, d cancel out. So we'll get 5a is equal to 5 times a is equal to 25 by 2. Find the value of a. It will be 2.5. A is 2.5. Now we have to find d. For that, we need some more information. Let's check what is the next part of the question. And the ratio of the first to the last term is 2:3. The ratio of first to the last term. First term is A minus 2d by A plus 2d is equal to what is given? 2 by 3. Yes, now we can solve and get the value because we know the value of one of the variables, which is A. Come on, quickly calculate. Just calculate and tell me the answer. Write down the answer. It will be calculation. Just let me check the calculation. Yes, it's okay. 7 minus 5, not 7 plus 5. It is 7 minus 5, which will be 2.5. So 2.5 is equal to 10D. Okay, so we are getting the value of D as 0.25. The common difference is 0.25 and the first term is 2.5. So what will be the 5 numbers? First was A minus 2D. Just put the values. You have to just put the values now, nothing else. 25 minus 2 times 0.25, which is 0.5. So the first number is 2. Let us find the second number, which is A minus D. 2.5 minus 0.25 is 2.25. Let's check with the third number, which is A. So it will be 2.5. Next is A plus D. So it will be 2.5 plus 0.25, which will be 2.75. Last is A plus 2D, which is 2.5 plus 2 times 0.25, which is 0.53. So these are the numbers, 5 numbers, which we have got. 2, 2.25, 2.5, 2.75 and 3. Wasn't this easy? Yes, it is. Move on to the next question. Question number 20. Again that this is 3 consecutive numbers. Split 207 into 3 parts. It has to be split into 3 parts, which are in AP. And the product of 2 smaller parts is 4, 6, 2, 3. Try it yourself. Pause. Just pause your video. Try it yourself and comment down. So just take 3 numbers. It will be A minus D, A and A plus D. So this we have split it into 3 parts and we have got as it is 207. The sum is 207. So 3A is 207. The value of A is 69. 3, 6, 18, 3, 9 is 27. Next part is the product of 2 smaller parts. These are the 2 smaller parts among the 3. So just multiply them and we'll get 4, 6, 2, 3. We know the value of A. So this can easily be calculated, right? 3 2s are 6, 3 3s are 9, 3 1s are 3, 3 5s are 15, 3 4s are 12, 3 1s are 3. Now 23. Okay, let us check. 6 3s are 18, 6 12 1, 38. And then when I'll subtract 38, 6 and 1, 171. 7s are 71 and 2, 15, 16, 1, 61. Right, yeah. We can 23. It is 23, 6 are. 6 3s are 18, 6 12, 138. And then 23 7s are. Okay. So we have got D as 2. D as 2, not 62. D is 2. So the common difference is 2 and A is 69. Again, you have to substitute the values, which is 69 minus 2, 67. Then it is a 69. Next number is 69 plus 2, which is 71. So these are the 3 numbers in AP: 67, 69 and 71. Let's move on to the next question, which is insert 3 arithmetic mean between 15 and 27. We have to insert 3 arithmetic means. So let those 3 arithmetic means be A1, A2, A3 and 27. Is this clear? Yes, it is. Now, this is the first term, T1, T2, T3, T4 and T5. Here, T5 is given as 27. So, T5. If this T5 is 27, so we can write as A plus 4D is equal to 27. A is given in the question as 15. So here we can find the value of D, which we can see is 3. D is 3. So we can calculate all the arithmetic, we can calculate these means. So it will be, A1 will be 15 plus 3, 18. A2 will be 18 plus 3, 21. And it will be 24. So these are the 3 arithmetic means between 15 and 27. So the next topic is properties of AP. Let us see what are the properties of AP which you need to know before solving the word problems, which we are going to do it later in this video. So let us see what the first property is. The first property says, if the same fixed non-zero number is added to or subtracted from each term of the AP, then the resulting sequence will also be in AP. Let us take some example to understand it better. So we'll take some numbers which are in AP. We'll take a sequence which are in AP. So let us write 7, 11, 15, and then 19, 23 and so on. We have written some numbers which are in AP. Now, if the property is, if the same non-zero number, if a fixed number is added to or subtracted from this, I'll just change the color of the pen. Now, we are seeing these numbers are in AP where the common difference is 4. Let us add a non-zero fixed number, a non-zero number to it. So let us add 2 to each numbers, right? So what we'll get on adding 2 to each numbers, adding 2 to each of the numbers. What sequence we'll get? If we add 2 to each of the number, 9, 13, 17, 21, 25. Will this not form an AP? Yes, it will form an AP. And same will be the case if we subtract any non-zero number from the numbers. So this is clear to you all. We move on to the next property, which is property 2. This property is, if each term of a given AP is multiplied or divided by a given non-zero fixed number, the resulting sequence is also in AP. That means in the first property it was, if the AP, if all the numbers of AP is divided, is added or subtracted from a fixed number, from a non-zero fixed number, the resulting numbers are in AP. In the next property, we are seeing that if all the term, if each of the term of an AP is multiplied or divided by a non-zero number, then the resulting sequence will also be in AP. That means if the AP is, if each term of the AP we can either add, subtract, multiply or divide with the same number, the series which we are going to get will also be in AP. So this must be clear to you all. Okay, we'll take an example for this also. 18, 21, 24, 27 and so on. Let us multiply it with a fixed number, with the same number. Let us multiply it with 2. We'll get, first we'll check this. The common difference here is 3. We are seeing the common difference here is 3 and 3. Let us multiply each of the term of this AP with 2. Multiply it with 2. We are getting 36, 42, 48 and 54. Just check out the common difference from this AP. This is the AP. Okay, if I'll just write this again. The common difference is 3. Now if we multiply 2 to each of the term, it will be 36, 42, 48 and a 54. Just check the common difference. Here the common difference is 6. That means we can add, subtract, multiply or divide the AP, each term of the AP with a non-zero number, the resulting sequence will also be in AP. We will see the application of these properties in the word problems later in this video. Let's move on to the next slide, which is a question number 22. The question is, if pth, qth and rth terms of an AP are x, y and z respectively, we have to find the value of x, q minus r plus y r minus p plus z p minus q. Now from question number 22, we are going to use all the concept which we have studied. We'll apply all the concept which we have studied. That means it is miscellaneous. From question number 22, it is miscellaneous question. So let's start. X, the topics which we have studied. All the topics must be clear to you all. We have studied the properties of AP, arithmetic mean, the sum of, first we started with general term of AP, sum of nth term, then we studied arithmetic mean, then also one topic was sum of nth term from the end. We also studied the properties of AP, arithmetic mean we have discussed. So all these concepts we are going to apply in the questions from 22. So we'll start with this question, which is, if the pth, qth and rth terms of an AP are x, y and z. Let's note it down. If the pth term, that means we can write TP is x. Next is TQ is y and TR is z. So what will be TP? It will be A plus P minus 1 into D is x. The pth term is x. The qth term is y. Qth term, which is A plus Q minus 1 into D, which is y as given in the question. Next, the rth term is z. So we can write A plus R minus 1 into D is equal to z. We have three equations here. The question is, we have to find the value of x bracket q minus r, y r minus p plus z, p minus q. So q minus r, what we'll do, we'll subtract this equation. If I subtract this equation, I am seeing we'll get dq minus dr, and we'll take common, we'll get q minus r. Then it is r minus p, and then it is p minus q. So accordingly, we are going to subtract these three equations. So I'll start with q minus r, x q minus r, which we are going to get in these two equations. So first, I'll subtract equation 3 from equation 2, 2 minus 3. What we'll get? Just subtract these two equations. We'll get, this is the first equation, second, and this is the third equation. We are going to subtract these equations. A and A gets cancelled out. We'll write like that. Q minus 1 into D minus is equal to y minus z. Now we'll take common, which is D. We are getting q minus 1 minus r minus 1 is equal to y minus z. Now, we open the brackets. Minus r plus 1 is equal to y minus z. Y minus z. This was r minus 1. And here we are getting y minus z. Again, this is minus 1 plus 1 gets cancelled out. So the value of D we are getting as we have to calculate the value of q minus r. Okay, so q minus r. We'll just find out what is q minus r. So q minus r will be y minus z by d. This is what we are getting the value of q minus r on subtracting equation 3 from equation 2. we'll move on to the next part of the question, which is y times r minus p. So let us check out what is r minus p by subtracting equation 1 from equation 3. So we'll get, next step, I'll subtract equation 1 from equation 3. So what I'll get? Equation 3 is a plus let us subtract this. This gets cancelled out. Again we'll get here r minus 1 into d minus p minus 1 into d is equal to z minus x. So we'll get, we are taking d as common, same we'll do, minus p plus 1 is equal to z minus x. D r minus p is equal to z minus x. So the value of r minus p we are getting as z minus x by d. This is the value of r minus p. We move on to the next part, last part, which is z times p minus q. P minus q. Which two equations we have to subtract? Which are the two equations we need to subtract to get the value of p minus q? Yes, it is 1 and 2. So we have to subtract equation 2 from equation 1 this time. So it is equation 2 minus 1. It is p minus q. We have to subtract 2, p minus q. So it will be 1 minus 2. We have to subtract 2 from 1. We'll write like that. It will be 1 minus 2. That is subtracting equation 2 from equation 1. The same process. Quickly you all can do it. Just subtract the equation and just check what are you getting. The value of p minus q. Do it quickly and just check what you're getting the value. It is d here. So d we are taking common and we'll get p minus 1 minus q plus 1 is equal to x minus y. Cancel, and the value of p minus q we are getting as x minus y by d. Now the question is x times q minus r. Let us substitute the values of these three, q minus r minus p and p minus q, in this statement, and let's in this expression, and we'll just check what we are getting. So now we'll substitute. We'll get x times q minus r. What is q minus r? It is y minus z by d plus y times r minus p is z minus x by d. Next is z times this p minus q, which is, let us solve. This is xy minus xz by d plus yz minus xy by d plus xz minus yz by d. We have to add these. So we are getting the denominator as d. We'll get xy minus xz plus yz minus xy plus xz minus yz. xy gets cancelled out, xz cancel out, and yz cancel out. So we are getting a 0 in the numerator. So 0 by d is 0. So the answer for this is 0. Yes, it is a lengthy one. This question is a lengthy one, but not a difficult one. It is an easy question. Just check out what the question is asking. The question is x times q minus r, then r minus p, p minus q. We just subtracted the equations and find out the value of all these expressions, and then we substituted. So the answer we got is 0, which was question number 22. Move on to the next question. Question 23. So this is one short video of AP. If you watch the entire video, you are going to understand it very well and your concept will be crystal clear, because in this video, I have explained you all the concepts with the questions. We discussed the concepts, we discussed the topics, and we had done the question based on those topics, and now we are doing some miscellaneous questions, the questions which are mixed for all the topics. If the sum, we'll come back to the question, which is 23. If the sum of the first m terms of an AP be n, and the sum of first n terms of the same AP be m, we have to show that the sum of its m plus n terms is minus m plus n. Okay. As we do, we'll start with just noting down what are the information which is given in the question. The first is the sum of first m terms is n. So note that down, which is Sm is equal to n. Sm is given as n. So what will be Sm? We'll write the sum of m terms, which will be m by 2, 2a plus its m terms, so m minus 1 into d, which is given as n. This is our first equation. So we'll just subtract and write this down, 2am plus, we'll multiply m. So this is our first equation. Next is given Sn. Nth term, S not nth term, the sum of first n terms, sum of first m terms is n terms is m. So we'll write m is equal to n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Again, we'll write multiply, cross multiply, we'll get 2m is equal to 2an plus n minus 1 into d. This is our equation 2. We have to find out m plus n terms. Okay, so what we'll do, the next step, just subtract these two equations. We'll subtract these two equations and see what we'll get. We get 2n. Subtracting two equations means subtracting the left hand side from the left and right hand side and right hand side. 2am plus, this is m square d. I'm just opening the brackets, I'm multiplying this, it is md minus right hand side of this equation, which is 2an plus n square d minus nd. Common, we are just taking this. Next, I'll just open the brackets, md minus 2an minus n square d plus nd. I'll just group some terms. We have to factorize this expression. Okay, so I'll just 2am, I'll just group some terms. We'll write this together, then m square d minus n square d, and then we'll write minus md plus nd. Now what we'll do, we'll just take common. We have grouped two terms together, we have made pairs, and now we'll just take what is common. Let's check this. 2n minus m is equal to, we are taking common as 2a. 2a, what we are getting? We are getting m minus n. Now, next we'll take common as d. The common term is d, we are getting m square minus n square, and next is d minus d. We are getting m minus n. This is m square, this is also m square n square. Now, what we are seeing here, we are seeing that in each term we have a common term. We have m minus n, m minus n, m minus n. Here also we have n minus n. So we can write this as, we'll just take a minus common and we can write this as m minus n. So it will be minus 2m minus n, and we'll just copy this down. Now what we'll do, we'll just divide all the terms of this equation by m minus n. So we'll write this dividing each term by m minus n. So on dividing each term by m minus n, we'll get minus 2 is equal to 2a plus d. Now, if we divide m square minus n square by m minus n, just tell me what we'll get. M square minus m square is m minus n. I'll put this down here by m plus n, and we are dividing it by m minus n. This gets cancelled out and we are getting m plus n. So this will be m plus n, and minus, we'll again divide here. So we'll get here, we'll get as minus 1. Now we'll get a d. Yes. So minus 2 is equal to 2a plus, we'll take d common and we are getting m plus n minus 1. Now 2a plus d times m plus n minus 1. This is minus 2. Let's see what the question was. It was, we have to show that m plus n terms is minus m plus n. So what will be m plus n term? M plus n term will be m plus n by 2a plus m plus n minus 1, as it is m plus n terms, times d. And from here we can see that we have found the value of 2a plus m plus n minus 1 times d is minus 2. So we can put it down over here. The value of this is minus 2. So we can write minus 2 over here, and we have got the answer. We have proved it, that the sum of m plus n terms is minus m plus n. Again, what was given in the question, we noted it down and we subtracted the equations and we got the answer. We got the value of 2a plus dm minus n plus n minus 1 as minus 2, and then we substituted it. Move on to the next question. Now all these questions, let me tell you, all these questions are very important. Do practice all these types of questions for your board exam. There are chances of these types of questions, they will come in the examination. So next question is, if A, B and C are in AP, show that B plus C minus A, C plus A minus B and A plus B minus C are also in AP. So the given is A, B and C. These three terms are in AP. So if these three terms are in AP, that means the common difference will be the same. So we can write this like that. We are getting 2b is a plus c. Okay, the value of 2b is a plus c, or b is a plus c by 2. Now we have to prove that these three terms are also in AP. So their common difference should also be the same. These three terms, to prove that these three terms are also in AP, we'll just find out if we make the common difference to be same, that means it's proof that they are in AP. If the common difference between T2 and T1 and T3 and T2 is the same, so that means it's in AP. Okay, we'll just subtract T2 minus T1. What we are getting? Is anything cancelling? Yeah, this gets cancelled out. C plus A minus B minus C plus A. Yes. So we are getting 2A minus 2B. Let's check. This is T2 minus T1. This is D. Here also we can find D by T3 minus T2, which is A plus B minus C minus A plus B. Here this gets cancelled out, so we are getting 2b minus 2c. Okay, So what can we do? The value of b here is 2b is a plus c. So we can just substitute the value of 2b over here. We'll get 2a minus c, which is a minus c, on substituting the value of 2b from here. And again, here also we can do the same. It will be a plus c minus 2c. So yes, we have got it, a plus c and a minus c and a minus c. So we have proved that these three terms are also in AP if a, b, c are in AP. Let's move on to the next question. So next question is question 25. The pth term of an AP is 20 and its qth term is 10. We have to show that the sum of its first p plus q terms is this. So just note down what is given in the question. So the question is TP is TP is 20 and TQ is 10. So here we can write a plus p minus 1 into d is 20 and TQ is 10. So we can write a plus q minus 1 into d is 10. So these two equations are given in the question. Now solve these two equations, find out the value of a and d, and then find the sum of p plus q terms. So I'll subtract these two equations. This will get cancelled out. I'll get p minus 1d minus q minus 1d is 20 minus 10, which is 10. To find out what is d, just take this common and you will get d is equal to 10 by p minus q. So the value of d from here is 10 by p minus q. Substitute this value in any one of the equation to find out what is the value of a. So we'll substitute in any one of the equation. In first equation, let us substitute. We'll get a plus p minus 1 times d. d is 10 by p minus q is equal to 20. Find out what is a from this equation. So this will be a plus 10p by p minus q minus 10 by p minus q is 20. So a from here will be plus 10 by p minus q. So the value of a will be, we'll take LCM, 20p minus 20q minus 10p plus 10. So a from here is 10p minus 20q plus 10 by p minus q. So this is the value of a and this is the value of d we have got. We have to find s p plus q. Yes, s p plus q. So s p plus q will be 2a plus n minus 1 into d. So it will be 2 times this, which will be 20p minus 40q plus 20 by p minus q. This is 2a plus n is p plus q. 2a plus n minus 1 times d is 10 by p minus q. We have to solve this. Think we'll solve this. We'll get is equal to 20p minus 40q plus 20 by p minus q plus, just multiply this, we'll get 10p by p minus q plus 10q by p minus q and plus 10 by p minus q. So again p minus q the same is in the denominator. So we can solve this like that, 10p minus 40q plus 20 plus 10p plus 10q plus 10 by p minus q. Just simplify the numerator, and on simplifying the numerator we'll get We'll simplify it and we'll get 20p plus 10p. It will be 30p. Is it clear? 30p. Then minus 40q plus 10q will be minus 30q. Next is plus 20 plus 10 is plus 30 by p minus q. This is what we are getting. Let's see what we have to prove it. Okay, we have missed sp plus q. So it will be n by 2. We have to write n by 2. In every step, we are going to write just n minus p plus q by 2. Just write p plus because what is Sn? Sn is n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into d. So we have to write over here p plus q by 2. In each step, we are going to multiply it with n by 2, which is p plus q by 2. Similarly, over here also, we'll write times p plus q by 2. We have to prove p plus q by 2, which we have got, and in the bracket it is 30 plus 10 by p minus q. Okay, we'll just check what we are getting. Yes, it is 30 p minus q plus 30 by p minus q. This is 30. So we'll get what we'll get. We'll get p plus q by 2, 30 p minus q by p minus q plus 30 by p minus q. So this will get cancelled out and we'll get p plus q by 2, 30 plus 30 by 30 plus 10. It is 10 plus 20. Just check. Plus 20 plus 30. We are getting here as plus 20. Okay, it's minus here. See, it says minus 10 by p minus q. So we have to put a minus over here. This will be minus. Here also it will be minus. Again minus, 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 minus. Here it was minus 1 times 10 by p minus q. So it will be minus 10. Minus. So plus 20 minus 10 gives us plus 10. It will be plus 10 here. It will be plus 10. Again it will be 10 here, 10 here. So we have to write it will be a plus 10. Again a plus 10 over here. Then it will be plus 10. And it will be plus 10 by p minus q. So we have got sp plus q is equal to p plus q by 2, 30 plus 10 by p minus q. In the question we were given Tp and Tq. What we did, we subtracted these two equations and we found out the value of d, which was 10 by p minus q. On substituting the value of this d in first equation, we found the value of a, which was this, and d is this. We have to find the sum of p plus q terms. So we have put in this formula s p plus q is equal to n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into d. On solving this, we came to the answer. We move on to the next question, and the next question is, an article can be bought by paying 28,000, these are word problems, at once or by making 12 monthly installments. If the first installment paid is 3,000 and all the other installment, every installment is 100 less than the previous one. Okay, we are buying an article. Either we can make one-time payment, which is 28,000, or it can be bought in installment also, as we do. We all buy our many articles in installments. So here also, either we can make a one-time payment, which is 28,000, or we can pay installment wise. So we have 12 monthly installments, and each installment is less from its previous one by rupees 100. So we have a common difference. each installment is less than the previous by 100. So it will form an AP. These 12 monthly installment will form an AP. If the first installment we are making is 3000, got my point? Each installment is less than the other by 100. So it is a decreasing AP by 100. So next will be 2900. That means the common difference is the same. 2800 and so on. We are making 12 installments. We have to find the amount of installment paid in the 9th month. 9th month. That means, yes, it is T9, 9th term. So T9 will be, just understand the question, read the questions and just try to find out which formula you have to apply in this. Okay. If your concepts are clear, you will easily be able to do it. T9 will be A plus 8T. What is A here? A is 3000. What is D? Yes, D is minus 100. So it will be 3000 minus 800, which is 2200, 2200 rupees. Now, total amount in the installment scheme, total amount. Total means we have to add all the amounts which we paid in the 12 months. That means the sum of the terms, sum of all the terms. How many terms are there? There are 12 terms, as there are 12 monthly installments. So we have to find out S12. So what will be S12? Just put in the formula 2A. 2 into n by 2. N by 2. Yes, don't forget this. In the last question, we forgot to write that n by 2, which was P plus Q by 2. 12 by 2, then it is A plus 2A plus. 2A is 6000 plus n minus 1. N is 12. 12 minus 1 is 11. 11 into D is minus 100. So it will be 6000 minus 1100. 6 into 4900. It will be 6 9s are 54, 4 and 5. 29400 is S12. So if we had made a one-time payment, it would have been 28,000, but if paying monthly installment, it is 29400. We move on to the next question. The next question is, which term of the AP 105, 101, 97 is the first negative term? I have tried to add all the type of questions in this video so that the remaining questions, the questions which are left in your textbook, you are able to do all by yourself. Now, which term is the first negative? Yes, we will have negative terms in this AP because it is a decreasing AP. So, if the numbers will go on decreasing, we'll come to the minus terms, the negative terms. So, let us see which term will be the first negative term of this AP. Let that be the nth term. So, we'll write let the first negative term is the nth term, that is Tn. Let it be a Tn, nth term. Okay. So, that Tn, if it is the first negative term, this will be less than 0. Tn will be less than 0. What is Tn? It is A plus n minus 1. We don't know which term is this, and into D. D is minus 4. This is less than 0. We'll just quickly calculate it and find out the value of n. It will be 109 is less than 4n. So it will be 109, which is 4 2s are 8, 9 10 29, 4 7s are 28, 1 by 4. So n is greater than 27, 1 by 4. What will be the value of n? What will be n? So n will be 28, as n has to be a natural number. So the first negative term, first term which is negative in this AP is the 28th term. This was an easy one. But if you make out this, you can easily solve it, right? Next question, which is 28th. The sum of the 4th and 8th term is 24 and the sum of 6th and 10th term is 44. We have to find the first 3 terms of the AP. Are you pausing the video? Are you doing it? Yes, you have to do it. I'm not going to tell you in each of the questions. You have to pause the video after each question and try to solve it yourself. Because we are just nearing to the end of this lecture. Till now, you should be able to do the sums. Now, T4 plus T8 is given as 24. This is 8. Now, next is T6 plus T10 is 44. Okay, we have 2 equations. We can easily solve it. Easy question. This is also an easy question. So here we're getting 2a plus 10d is equal to 24. From this second one, we'll get TT is a plus 5d. No need to tell you now when we are in question 28. I think everybody will be easily able to write it. What is T10? What is T20? What is T30? You all know now. So just write this down and find out the value of A and D. It will be minus 4D is equal to minus 20. Value of D is 5. D is 5. Just substitute in any one of the equation and tell me the answer. Just write down 2A plus 50 is equal to 24 minus 26. So the value of A is minus 13. Come on, write down the first 3 terms. First term is T1 is minus 13. What is T2? Yes, minus 13 plus 5, which is minus 8. What will be T3? Minus 8 plus 5, which will be minus 3. So these are the first 3 terms of the AP, minus 13, minus 8 and minus 3. Okay, now move on to the next question. 29. In an AP, show that m plus nth term plus m minus nth term is 2 times mth term. Okay. What will be m plus nth term? We have to write m plus nth term and m minus nth term. We have to take the sum. So first we'll write down what is m plus nth term. Next we'll write what is m minus nth term. We'll add it and we'll just see if we get the 2 times mth term. Do it yourself. Do it yourself. I've given you the hint how to do it. Now come on, do it yourself. This is the m plus nth term. What is m minus nth term? It will be a plus m minus n minus 1. What we have to write? This term plus this term. That means a plus m plus n minus 1 into t plus of this m minus nth term. Let us check out what we get. It will be dm plus dn minus d plus a plus dm minus dn minus d. Just add it. 2a plus 2dm. This gets cancelled out and we are getting minus 2d. Okay, just take out 2 common, which is a plus dm minus d. Yes, we have got the answer. We have got it. D take it common, m minus 1. So this is mth term. 2 times mth term. This is the mth term. This is mth term. A plus m minus 1 into d is mth term. So we have proved that m plus nth term plus m minus nth term is 2 times mth term. We'll write here term. Move on to the next question, which is most probably the last question of this video. The sum of the first n, 2n and 3n terms of an AP are S1, S2 and S3 respectively. What is given? Again, we'll write it down. The sum of first n terms. So Sn is S1. Next is S2n is S2 and S3n is S3. Okay, so what will be Sn? Sn will be n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into d, which is S1. S2 will be 2n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into d. 2a plus 2n, yes. S3 will be 3n by 2 because S3 is the sum of 3n terms. So 2a plus 3n minus 1 into d. Okay, so we have the value of S1, S2 and S3. We have to prove S3 is equal to 3 times S2 minus S1. First, we'll take LHS, which is S3. Okay, this is S3. We'll start with RHS. RHS is 3 times S2 minus S1. We'll write what is S2 and what is S1 here. So 3 times S2. S2 is 2n by 2, 2a plus 2n minus 1 into d. We'll put a curly bracket here. Into d minus S1. S1 is n by 2 times 2a plus n minus 1 into d. This is S2. Okay, S1. Now we'll solve this. We'll just solve it and we'll check what we'll get. Just solve this. We'll get 3 n 2a plus 2dn minus d and minus what we'll get minus n by 2 2a plus dn minus d. We'll just quickly solve this 3 times. We'll get 2an plus 2dn minus d, and here we'll get 2 will get cancelled out. We'll get minus 2an 3 times. It was n by 2. Yes, it is 2an, and here 2 will get cancelled out and we'll get an minus, it is 2an plus 2dn square minus dn, and here we'll get minus dn square by 2 and a plus dn by 2. Just solve the like terms, solve all the like terms. So we'll get 2 times, we'll get an, we'll solve these 2 and I'll get plus 3 dn square by 2, and on solving these 2 we'll get minus dn by 2. We are solving these 2 terms and these 2 terms, the like terms we have solved. Now we'll just simplify it further. Dn square minus dn. So we'll get 3 and common we are seeing it's n, 3n by 2. So we'll put it 2a plus 3 dn minus d. Now the common which we'll take here is 3n by 2. It is a 2, 3n by 2. 2a plus 3n minus 1 and common is d. So we have got 3n by 2, 2a plus 3n minus 1 into d, which is S3, which is LHS. We started with RHS and we arrived at LHS. That means we have proved left hand side is equal to right hand side. This was the end of the lecture. If you liked the video and till now if you have not subscribed to the YouTube channel, do it just now, and also follow us on Instagram. Watch this one short video and just tell me in the comment section which chapter video do you want next, which topic do you want next. Till then, goodbye, take care.